17 length, so we're going to go up to 44. Also, the more distance you can give yourself, the bigger area you actually expose. So it helps you out on this one. And then line up our bucky. So for this one, we're going to go from knee up. So you're going to find that knee. I'm finding that patella. So you're going to turn it so those condyles are parallel. And then you go about an inch below the knee. So I just find the apex of that patella and you put the bottom of the light field an inch below that. So now I know I have light below the knee, and I'm just going to go as far up that femur as I can. So this line goes down the middle. You can collimate side to side. Right marker, you would shield. Just be cautious when you're shielding because you don't want to shield into that femur. So it usually goes at a diagonal here. You go set your technique, and then don't move, don't breathe, and click. And then we'll learn next week how to do a hip, and you pretty much do a hip. So there's two ways you could do this one. Is with her, she's short for us, so it's not the greatest example. But say your light field ended here, you would find your ASIS, and then like the top of your light field, and just find that midpoint. And that's where you're going to center. And then you would collimate down because we don't need that whole 44 or 17 inches. Then side to side, you want to make sure you leave enough. Bring that hand out. And then we'll learn next week with the hip, you always turn this foot in. And then you would set a little bit different of a technique because that part's always going to be thicker than the lower part of the femur. So go set your technique. Don't move, don't breathe, and click. So now when we do our lateral, go ahead and turn onto the affected side. Bring that leg up and over. You're going to get your femur as straight of a line as you can get it. So now if you look, I'm going to put some light below that knee. Run this down. And if you look at this, no matter what, you are never going to get that femur this way, right? Or the top of the femur. Because we're going to have this hip in the way no matter what we do. So that's why you always have to go knee up. So that's, you bend that knee 45, get some light below the patella, this up that way, set your technique, shield, right marker, don't move, don't breathe, and click. So then your question is, well, how do I get the top of the femur? So turn back over. We'll learn this one better next week. I'm just going to show you real quickly, so all the way on your back. And it's called a frog leg lateral. And what they do, straighten this leg, you bend this knee, you put a sponge here, and let it fall out to the side. Just like a frog. And you can rest that foot against the other leg. And you want it at about a 45 angle, you don't want it flat. And then you just line it up right in the crease of that leg. And now you've got the top of your femur. And some people, they leave it like this. Some people turn the box. I do both. It just depends on the day and what I'm trying to do. So either way, I think a lot more techs are not turning the box just because with digital it makes your picture pop up really weird. So we tend to leave it not turned now. And like I said, we'll go over that frog leg hip a lot better next week. Okay, so you can relax your leg. You only have to challenge